I welcome you this morning to the celebration of yourself as a trustee of the Reverence for Life University. You are a trustee of the Reverence for Life University because you meet all of the conditions for full acceptance. You see, unlike the average university where you have to pass through certain qualifications. You have to be able to read and write and spell. You have to know certain subjects, certain understandings of the world in which you live. And when you have achieved this and you can document it on paper that you have achieved this, they say you have met the conditions for admission. Well, if you want to go to Harvard University, all you have to do is to meet their conditions for admission. You want to go to Stanford or USC or Yale or Princeton, yes, you do have to meet those qualification standards. They call that matriculation. You have to matriculate to go in, and then you have to meet a certain set of standards to stay in. Or else, if you don't follow their guidelines and if you don't obey their rules and if you don't achieve their conditions, they kick you out. Well, the Reverence for Life University is not like that. The Reverence for Life University accepts that when you took your first breath, when you came out of your mother's womb and took your first breath, you matriculated to be a member of the Reverence for Life University. And your only requirement for remaining in the Reverence for Life University population is to take your next breath. Take your next breath, to breathe consciously. See, when you start breathing consciously, the breath will take you into all of the ins and outs of physical existence, because the breath is the designer of all things physical. Our breath is the designer of the cosmos. Our breath is designer and maintainer of the planets and all living things. Our breath is the designer and maintainer of the galaxies, of every sun and every moon and every star. Our breath, your breath, connects us all in itself. The umbilical cord of the breath has no provision for leaving anyone out along the path. And so you awaken to the fact that you are now a trustee of the priceless, precious reality, real estate of our breath. You are a trustee of every new breath you take. And the invitation of that breath is to explore. And this exploration takes the form of eating, drinking, exploring, and digesting the fulfillment, the elements of the breath, digesting the units of energy which are expressed as you and which are presented to you for conversion. into your personal experiences. So smile with yourself now. The breath has not presented you with any burdens that you should carry. The breath has not presented you with any difficulties to overcome. The breath has not set you up for failure in any form, for the breath is your light which will guide your consciousness back to itself. As a member of the Reverence for Life University, the breath is our university source. You don't have to pay money to be a part of this wonderful community. What you have to do is pay attention to what you are. WATT. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to the planet as your extension of your body. Pay attention to the cosmos and its absolute abundance and limitless potential. Pay attention because it is in paying attention that you gain the experience of what you are. It's by paying attention that you gain a knowledge of what you are and what is life. What is life on earth but an experience of acquiring knowledge through experience, not intellectual stuff, which is yapping, 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 chattering, 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 chattering. No, just take your next conscious deep breath and see how it tastes, see how it feels. Allow your mind to engage the images around you. See how they taste and see how they feel, because the breath is continuously expressing itself as your 5 course meal, your 5 course meal of all the images, all of the colors, all of the textures, all of the fragrances, all of the foods, all of the tastes, and all of the sounds which are emerging from within you and which surround you. We have indeed a lifelong opportunity of celebrating our breath. So, if you take the time out, you can go to reverenceforlifeuniversity.com. Reverence, REVERENCEFORLIFEUNIVERSITY university.com, all one word, and explore, because this is simply an invitation to pay attention to who you are, an invitation to accept who you are. And the 8 steps, the core precepts of the Reverence for Life University are: 1, breathe consciously. Breathe consciously, beginning with your next breath. Be conscious of the words you're using, because your words are your workforce. They are your workhorses. They convert your breath energies into your experiences. Then pay attention to the food you eat. Eat consciously with the feedback, the biofeedback as you eat. What you put into your body will inform you. They will tell you whether you should put more or you shouldn't put any at all. So pay attention to the food you eat. Then be playful. Remember and realize that all of the units of energy that make up the cosmos are playful units of energy. They're not static. They are playful. And if you look at children, the children of the young, they all know how to play. So they play. And the only time they're not playing is when they're sick. And the only time when they're not playing is when they become old in thinking. Because when you become stagnant in your thinking, you stop playing. And number five, we say, remember that your vision of yourself is what is creating your life in the here and now. So make sure that your vision of yourself begins and ends with the fact that you are your breath, you're your next breath. And your next breath is always fresh. It has the power to renew and refresh you. The next step is number six of the precepts is be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Happiness is like the fuel that runs this organism called the universe. So when you entertain the happiness that you are, then you further the happiness of yourself as a living trustee of the Reverence for Life University. Number seven, we say, be generous. Realize that you are a spirit of generosity, that the universe is giving you everything you have. The universe is giving you everything it is. And there's nothing that you have right now that you have not received from the cosmos. So take your place in the relay, in the system of passing on what you are receiving. Take the next conscious deep breath and release it, stream it forward, because it's going forward to come back to you. And the eighth step is we say, trust yourself. Universe runs on trust. So love yourself. Count yourself as your breath. Value your breath as yourself. Enjoy your breath as yourself. And so that is the core curriculum of the Reverence for Life University. It is not burdensome unless you stop paying attention to the principles and unless you stop breathing consciously. When you try to hold on to anything, that's when it becomes burdensome. So breathe consciously and realize that you now, from this point onward, as a trustee of the Reverence for Life University, you have a life of absolute abundance and limitless potential to express and experience as yourself. Have fun, eat, drink, and be merry. Trustees of the Reverence for Life University have no other job, for the universe does all of the work. The breath does all of the work. It knows how to do its work. It has always done its work. As far as the foreseeable future is projecting, the work of the breath has already been done. Have fun. Let go of all of the cosmologies of confusion that prevent you from seeing that what you are is a cosmic superstar, equal to all of the suns and the moons and the stars in a galaxy which is your home. Have fun.